Hey, what's up everyone? It is Thais here. So today I'll be coming with a braid therapy showing you guys how I got this cute little protective style on my natural 4C hair. I hope that this video finds you well and it helps you to relax and be at ease, especially during this time. So for my braiding right now, I'm starting with clean, unstretched hair. And I just figured, okay, I need a break from combing my hair, and I also need to give my hair a break from being combed as well. So both of us need a break at this time. So I'm starting off by parting off my hair. I'll be doing a small skinny braid in the middle with two big crown braids on the side. I just wanted to spice it up and do something a little bit different. I'm starting by parting off that section, and as you can see I have this section. So I tried to do very minimal edits for this video so you guys can really see what it's like to style natural hair and the struggles behind the scene. So I am parted off that other section. My goal is to get a small skinny part in the middle. And these parts are not easy, as you can see. You really have to go over it multiple times if you want to get the parts super straight. Sometimes I do get lucky and my part come out straight the first time, but if it's not straight the first time, don't be afraid to go over that section again until you are satisfied with how your hair looks. So the key to getting your parts as straight as possible is to use a rat tail comb and use the end of that comb. And when you are doing your parts, make sure that you are applying tension to that scalp so that the comb do not move much when you are moving down that line. This is where I get lucky, guys. It came out so straight. This was the first time parting down the back. So I'm going over the other side because I didn't like the width. I feel like it was a little bit too wide. I wanted it to be a bit skinnier. So I'm just going over that part again until I get it to the correct size. And I'm putting the sides in two just to get them out of the way. It makes it easier for me. So my scalp look a little dry, guys. So I'm just adding some oil to my scalp to get rid of the dry flakiness. And it's also good to oil your scalp before you put in a protective style so that your scalp can be nice and hydrated and it can thrive and receive the proper nutrients and vitamins. And before you braid your hair, you always want to add moisturizer to your hair. So this can be in the form of a leave-in conditioner, a hair milk, a hair cream, but make sure that water is the first ingredient so that your hair is thriving while it is braided down in that protective style. So after I added my moisturizer, I add some gel to that braid. So this is a sleek braided hairstyle that I'm doing. So I'm just adding gel just to add a bit of shine, and it also allows the braid to last longer. So you just add the gel to the perimeter of the hair, just the lower part. I didn't add it to the whole length of hair, just that part that you're going to see when it is braided down. And then of course you want to detangle your hair with a Y2 comb. So this makes braiding your hair much more easier so that you do not run into any stops and knots while you are braiding. Okay, so I didn't like how that was coming out, and when you are braiding, it's all trial and error. Sometimes you're going to braid and you do not like how it come out. That's just natural, as you can see right here. Ooh, I haven't braided this skinny in a long time, so my braiding skills are at question right now. I remember I used to braid so much back in the days when I lived with my little sisters, but now it's like I rarely braid my hair. So After going through this, I looked in the mirror, of course, and I didn't like how it was coming out. It was just not looking right. I like my braids to look really neat and prompt, especially for this hairstyle. This is a sleek hairstyle. It's what I'm going for. So for my beginner braiders, what you're doing is taking 3 sections of hair like a regular plait, but a braid is where you are picking up hair behind that plait so that it forms a braid or a cornrow. So whenever you start to plait, you are only picking up the 2 outer pieces of hair, as you can see right here. So you can take a look at my hands and you can see how I'm picking up the hair on the outer section. It's a little bit hard to explain, but if you really look at what I'm doing, you will definitely get the hang of it. So it's easier to learn how to braid by dealing with a small section like this size. And the more tension you apply to your braid, the tighter and neater it will come out. So if you do not apply any tension, then it will be very loose and it won't look as neat. So make sure you are applying tension if that's what you're going for. And you're only picking up the 2 outer pieces and bringing it to the middle. So you pick up the hair and bring it to the middle, pick up the hair, bring it to the middle, pick up the hair, bring it to the middle, pick up the hair, bring it to the middle. So I just continue to plait once I get to the end, and I do not plait my hair all the way to the very tip because I find that it locks and then it becomes very tangled. So I try to stay away from doing it to the very ends. I just stop like 1 inch away from the ends and leave it unraveled. Sometimes I even twist it. So that section looks neat. I like it. It's good enough for me. So now it's time to move on to the other 2 sections on the sides. So for the first section, you want to practice good hair health. So of course you want to dampen that hair with water. This will make it easier for you to part that hair without your hair being snagged. So always keep a water bottle with you. And before I braid my hair, I am going to be moisturizing this section as well. So this is key for keeping your hair healthy so that your hair can actually thrive and retain length in that protective style. So I'm just adding a bit of hair milk to my hair to make sure that it is thoroughly moisturized, focusing more on the end since that section gets a bit drier faster. And I like to put my hands together and pull it to the end, so this just ensures that the product get all the way to the ends of my hair. And you can seal in your moisturizer with some oil. I didn't show it right here, but I did seal it in. And after I am finished, I am making sure that I detangle that hair. So before you braid your hair, make sure that your hair is completely 100% detangled. So this is key because you don't want to run into knots, and it's just going to make this process a lot longer and harder, and it also causes breakage if you're trying to braid down knotted hair. So make sure that your hair is thoroughly detangled before you braid it. Start from the ends of your hair and then go down. So now after my hair is properly detangled, because I'm doing a big braid and I want it to be really sleek, I'm just sectioning off the hair and applying gel to each section as I go. So this ensures that the hair lays sleek and that it just lays flat. It's not as poofy. So you want to go in sections since the hair is natural. It's very easy to miss sections, and after you apply that gel, you just smooth that gel through your hair with a brush. So I am repeating that whole process until I am finished with that section. So if you do not want your braid as sleek, you can skip this section, but if you're going for a sleek flat braid, then I highly suggest that you add gel to your hair in sections at a time and brush it through. So now that all of the gel is all over my hair, I'm just brushing my hair down into the form of that braid. And this is a step that I do to make it easier for me. I just put it into a ponytail so that I can allow the hair to rest and dry down for a bit. Not too long, just for about 2 minutes before I braid my hair. This just helps the hair to keep the form, and it makes it easier to braid the hair because it's laying a bit flatter. And now you can take a rat tail comb and just smooth over that gel to make it even smoother. And I am repeating the same steps of braiding that section. So doing a big braid, this is more of an advanced braid because it's much more harder to braid larger amounts of hair. So I'm just starting like a regular plait and pulling the outer pieces of that braid into the middle to form a braid. And while you're doing this, you want to make sure you're keeping it as close to your edges as possible. I did go a bit further away from my edges than I would like, but to form that true crown look, it should be as close to the edges as possible. And while you are braiding, make sure that you are keeping the top of your hair in the middle flat and bringing that hair down. So I'm halfway through with that crown braid, and I like how it was coming out. It looks nice so far. And as you can see, the top of my hair is nice and flat because I'm making sure that I smooth the top while I braid. So while you're doing this, your hair may become a bit tangled, and that's okay. You can just take your comb and detangle the hair some more. And this is a better shot of how the back is coming along while I'm braiding. And be very gentle with your hair while you are braiding this big. It's very easier for the hair to become a bit more tangled because you're dealing with more hair. So make sure that this is a gentle process for you. See, pull that hair down in the middle. You can get a better view of it. And then braid. And then see how I pull the hair, pull the hair. So that adds tension to the top so it's not as poofy and it lays flat. And you continue to plait that hair, and I do not plait all the way to the ends because I find that it is very hard to loose it out and it becomes so tangled so easier. So I always leave the ends of my braids fluffy, or I twist it. And this is how the first two braids look. I really loved how they came out, so I do not need to do them over. But if you have to do it over, don't be afraid of doing your braids over until you like it. So I'm starting with the second half of my hair by repeating the same steps I did in the first half. So I'm starting by moisturizing my hair properly, making sure that I seal in that moisture with an oil. And then I go ahead and detangle my hair in sections at a time so to make it easier to braid my hair. And then I follow up by applying my gel in small sections to make a nice sleek braid. Ah, it looks cute. So I am very happy with the end results. This is my first time doing it since I went natural. My hair is finally long enough for 2 braids. And this hairstyle lasts about a week until my next wash day, which is perfect for just allowing my hair to get a break and allowing me to retain this length because I am on a length journey, a hair growth journey, by the way. So thank you all so much for watching. Give this video a rating, leave me some comments down below, and subscribe for videos every single week.